Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If you're new here, this is not what I normally look like. But the reason I do look like this is because today I'm doing a trashy video. Today, I'm gonna be talking about a few trashy icons from movies that I absolutely adore. There are 3 that I'm gonna talk about. No, technically 6. But before we go into it, I need to ask a question, a general question. Now, I have been going by like Denise or Alicia for this persona. And I need to know, because this new name has been introduced to me, Crystal with a K. I need to know, I would like you guys to pick which name best suits me, best suits my trashy persona. Is it Denise, Alicia, or Crystal? Leave your answer in the comments. Okay. So to open with this video, I thought it would be appropriate to set the tone with Marie O'Neill, aka Kitty from Euphoria Season 2, Episode 1, and her absolute spectacular character vignette. I knew that I was in love with the Euphoria Season 2, even more than the first season, from this caricature. I love Kitty. This woman is a trashy icon. She was obviously made to look like a trashy, I mean, she's from The Sopranos too, which is interesting because you can tell that kind of like influenced her character. Because she's definitely got like a mob wife kind of thing going on. In this episode for this character, I don't think it was any coincidence that they used Catherine Narducci as Fez's grandmother. I just don't think, like, she obviously has that aura to her. Her entrance with that suit, that bright blue suit, walking into the strip club and just shooting that guy, and just every single character, especially, now this is a very trashy thing to do, is to have like a drink in a lawn chair with like a little radio on top of a roof. It's very much like a trashy thing to do, and like tanning. I just love that was like one of the things that she did, but she is an excellent character to set the tone for this video and for all of my favorite trashy film characters. Now this is a very kind of improvised video, so if I don't sound like eloquent, I'm sorry. So, favorite trashy icons. The first trashy icon we're gonna talk about today is probably the woman that started my craze for this, aside from like girls in my school and girls that I grew up around. This character in this film is probably the person that inspired me to liking trashy aesthetics. And that would be Star Thomas from White Oleander, the Bible. Star Thomas is one of the main character's foster mothers, temporary foster mothers. And she is an ex-stripper and drug addict who is a reborn Christian. This is a type of woman to walk into church with spiked heels and the shortest sparkly dress you can imagine into church. Like, this is this kind of woman. She is a trashy icon. In the film, I thought they did a fantastic job at representing her. Robin Wright plays her. The accent, she has like a southern accent. The way that they dressed her in the film is top notch, but if you ever get a chance to read the book White Oleander, I highly recommend it because there's a lot more character building for her. There's a lot more of these like descriptive scenes of what she looked like, and I'll just read to you Astrid, who is the main character of White Oleander, her first impression of Star Thomas. Her name was Star, and it was dark inside her trailer. She gave us sugary cokes as we drank out of the can as the caseworker talked. When she spoke, Star moved her whole body, throwing her head back to laugh. A small gold cross glittered between her breasts, and the caseworker couldn't keep his eyes off of that deep, secret place. What I love about Star Thomas is that she's very obviously like a sexual character, and so much of the trashy aesthetic is based on sex appeal. And obviously using like old glamour techniques mixing with like low class culture. Star Thomas is very much like, her looks are definitely inspired by like 80s trashy, which at the time I feel like it wasn't considered trashy. I don't know, ask your parents. But Star Thomas will usually have very, very tight hot pants on with like a belt that's like up to her breasts, and she has like a push-up bra. She has like fuzzy sweaters. There's always like a sensuality to the fabrics that trashy women are wearing. It's usually like clashing, provocative, like zebra and like cheetah, or like metallics, things that have like a sheen to them, or things that are like really soft, like a silk blouse or something like that, but always like super revealing, a button that's just unbuttoned one too many. I think one of my favorite looks from White Oleander, the film, is whenever Star Thomas is kind of like losing her shit a little bit and she's drinking again, and she comes in this nightgown. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's this baby blue nightgown with bottle cap print all over it. And then the trim on the nightgown is hot pink velvet. It's absolutely phenomenal. Star Thomas is one of my absolute favorites. She may not be the best, but she's definitely one of my oldest references and one of my, I guess, my fondest. Okay, next one is a very, very old character. It is Zinnia Wormwood from Matilda, and I feel like a lot of people probably overlook her character. She is absolutely fantastic. From the way that she talks, her kind of like baby voice and her cute little blonde curls, and just like her portraits throughout the film and like what she does. Like she's always like painting her nails or like playing cards, or she has like bleach in her hair. Her looks in this are not like, they're trashy, but they're like refined. Like they're more almost like girlish and kind of childish in a way. She always has like, her boobs are pushed up. She's wearing bright colors. She's always wearing like these cute little two-piece. She's always wearing these cute little like matchy outfits. I'm talking about like mainly trashy fashion and how people dress and how trashy aesthetic is represented in clothes, but it's definitely a whole demeanor, and I think Zinnia does a very good job of representing that. In addition to her clothes, the trashy aesthetic is heavily based on like attitude and how like, and of course sex appeal is part of attitude, and that kind of just, it gives the framework for how they dress too. She kind of has all of the key components, the excessive gold jewelry. She has like, her breasts are pushed up always. She's always kind of like showing off her body. She's wearing bright, vibrant colors. She attracts attention to herself. The trashy aesthetic is very much provocative. She has this very, very iconic line where she's talking to Miss Honey and she says, "Take a look at you and me. You chose books, I chose looks." It's fantastic. She's fantastic. I feel like every time I introduce a new trashy character, I feel like I should just pop my gum. Number three is Nikki from Spun. It was released in 2002, and it is not for the faint of heart. It is a film about drug addicts and drug addicts alone, and kind of the very real exploration into drug addict life. And the way that Nikki is dressed is absolutely phenomenal. You have a girl that's wearing clothes that are considered comfortable and like leg warmers and stuff, and then she's wearing these dirty white high-heeled boots with everything that she wears. She's wearing like acid wash jeans. She has like a hot pink bra popping through a v-neck top. Things like clashing colors, and of course the color of her hair is phenomenal. It's like this brassy blonde color. Like she once had it bleached and then she just like let it go because she couldn't afford to get her hair done again. But this is actually a very interesting part, because a lot of trashy aesthetics, a lot of trashy looks involve like a peroxide blonde or like an inky black color or red color. Like it's always like this kind of off-putting shade. Nikki's, I think, is more subtle, and I like that it's kind of like outgrown. It's curled a little bit, but you can tell it's kind of like half done. And then her makeup, of course, she definitely always looks strung out. That's kind of the point, but that adds to her charm for sure. And Brittany Murphy plays an absolutely lovely drug addict, if I can say that myself. Nikki is wonderful, but I'll tell you, the only reason that I didn't pick the escort from this film is because she's only shown in one scene. But that outfit, the fact that she's pulling down her dress so many times in this film because it's too short, and her shoes being unbuckled like she just raced from one client to the next. And then of course that shade of her hair, this like burgundy color. Now I almost wish that she would have worn like fishnet tights with this look, but either way, like that dress with all of the studs and the contrasting like shades of like silver and purple in this like metallic dress. And then the fur, I mean like it absolutely wonderful. Those two characters from Spun are absolutely iconic. I just didn't use the escort because she's not like a main character in the film, but honestly her outfit, that outfit in that one scene is better than Brittany Murphy in the entire movie. Now I have a few honorable mentions for this video. One would be Mona Lisa Vito from My Cousin Vinny. Now I have to admit, she is definitely trashy, but she's very put together. In comparison to some other trashy looks. Like she usually has like whole outfits going on and like heels. She doesn't have a lot of like details, which is why I didn't consider her for like the top 3. They're very simple outfits, or for example that catsuit, that floral catsuit that she was wearing. Oh my goodness, how wonderful was that? And then the last one is Crystal from American Honey. She's obviously trashy, but it's very much kind of like laid back. There's a very famous scene of her. This is extremely offensive to a lot of people, but it's probably her most trashy appearance in the film is whenever Shia LaBeouf is in this film, is putting tanning lotion or lotion all over her legs, and she's wearing a Confederate flag bikini with like the hoops in and the dark makeup. It just doesn't get trashier than that, does it? It was a scene where she was supposed to be like asserting her dominance over another character. But yeah, this is probably a very short video, but the reason why I'm making it short is because I plan on doing a more in-depth analysis on trashy chic and trashy aesthetics. I want to go in depth. This is probably gonna take a while, and do like an entire, like a long analysis video on like the origins of the trashy look and like why certain trashy aesthetics look the way they do. I really just wanna like go into the nitty gritty, almost like trashy philosophy. I think that'll be really fun. But those are my favorite trashy ladies. Please let me know what I'm sure I missed so many trashy characters, but I'm very specific. I like really detailed outfits. Let me know what your trashy icon recommendations are. It'll encourage me to watch new movies and to bear witness to some other trashy queens out there. Yeah, I hope you guys like this look today. I really went all out and I feel fantastic. I even chewed gum for this video. It's cinnamon. It burns. Please like, subscribe as always. Leave a comment down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And I will see you guys next week.